Yo guys, Features Gaming here and welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we are back on Stepford County Railway. Now I've not played this game as a video for a very long time, and today I thought I'd do the max graphic challenge thing that apparently was a thing in SCR, because in order to run SCR you do need a pretty decent computer, not a very powerful one, but I am going to try the max graphic settings because if you don't know, in 2020, my laptop wasn't running all that good. It was sort of lagging a little bit on games and stuff, and it was really hard for me to run SCR at just at 30 as a normal system. And then I installed some new RAM, and it did seem to upgrade it quite slightly. So now I'm going to try the max graphics settings. So that means that we need to go to the settings icon and turn these graphic settings all the way up to the max. Another thing we need to do, I mean, just this, and it's seeming quite smooth. If we go to gameplay as well, we need, no, not gameplay, display, sorry. We need to turn streaming throttle all the way up, distance of blur like that, render distance on full, save, and this is what we're going to be dealing with. So, let's click play. We'll do a drop real quick. And I thought I'd do the Newry to James Street line in the class 730, and it's getting a little bit laggy now. So let's spawn at Faraday Road and go to Newry, and then we'll go to James Street afterwards. So this will be a kind of basically thing of how well we're going to run. So let's do Shift F5 and let's just keep an eye on the frames. So still, I'm running about 50 frames a second, like nearly 60 frames. Again, I do have the FPS unlocker thing, so if we do get over 60, then we'll be able to see that, even though you guys won't be able to see over 60 frames, but it's just, a benchmark that you can see. So we did go to about 25 frames just a second ago. But as you can see, it's still going quite well.
This train has 3 coaches.
So if we just start slowing it down for Faraday Road though, just quickly, so keep an eye on the SCAR marker. And then stop it about there. Cool. So just stationary in the cabin, let's see what we're getting.
Faraday Road.
So we're getting about 50 frames a second just in the cabin, when we were getting 56.
The next station is Eden Key.
Yeah, it seems like when we're outside we're getting about 40, sometimes even dropping down to about 31, but still, it's pretty good. And like normally I wouldn't, play on these sorts of graphics. I'd normally keep it quite low. But yeah, it's seeming fine so far, to be honest.
Welcome on board this waterline service to Newry.
Like I could play this for sure.
Calling at Eden Key and Newry.
I mean, I might change a few things down, but it wouldn't be too, it wouldn't be too much. There's only one thing that's not appearing on this server to others is the the track effects on the actual track itself, like the wooden bricks. I don't know what they're called. That's not showing in the game, so the whole game hasn't loaded in yet. I mean, I don't know if that will load in later on in the game and maybe change the frames, but I really don't think how just a simple effect in the game would make frames just drop massively. Another thing that's probably making the frames drop as well is obviously me recording this video as well. Because I'm recording this video using OBS.
Please mind the gap between
so I don't know if that's really going to make a difference or not. I wouldn't have thought it would, but...
Calling at Newry only. This train has 3 coaches.
Let's just stop here at Eden Quack, as it's more commonly known on my channel. I probably stopped way too far back for that though.
This is
the only comment I have about the 730 is the window sizes. They are so small.
The next station is Newry.
People suggest for me to zoom in apparently. I don't know why, but I just... The thing is that everything's coming at you a little bit slower when you're zoomed in. Or like your persistence of speed is decreased, meaning that you won't see things, quick enough.
Welcome on board this waterline service to Newry.
But let's get up to 90
next
and let's see how the
station
frames are like
Newry.
traveling at high speed. So let's just go ahead and do this real quick. Hopefully it will hold on. Oh, we're actually dropping down to 45. But we're going back anyway, so. And I am on a relatively busy server as well. I think there's like, the last time I checked, there was like 45 people in the server. No, 35
We will
out of
shortly
40
be
players.
arriving at
That's what I
Newry.
meant.
Please mind
Because
the
the max
gap
is 40
between
players.
the train and the platform.
So yeah, a
This
relatively
train
busy server,
terminates
but
here.
not
All
exactly
change,
full, is
please.
it?
The train now approaching. Platform 3 terminates here. This train is the service from Faraday Road.
So let's just bring it to a stop about there. Cool.
This is Newry.
Look at that stop.
This
That's
train
actually an okay
terminates
stop,
here.
I do feel.
All change, please.
So yeah, we'll go back
Thank you for travelling with us today.
and do that as well. So we're just going to wait for this to finish. Nearly there. The thing is now is that we're going to have to wait a minute.
0850
Because
Waterline service
The
to
timing was really
James
weird.
Street.
If we got here at like
Calling it
30,
Eden Key.
then
Faraday
it would have
Road,
been okay.
West Benton.
I think we would have been able to get
Cambridge
out
Street
at
Parkway,
8:49, but
Stepford Airport West,
Yeah.
and James Street. This train has 3 coaches.
this is a bit of an insight. You know, I'm recording this video at 8:49 in the morning. Not normally up at this time normally, so this is a bit of a, you know, experience for me. I'm doing the morning shift. So yeah, our schedule seems to be Newry, Eden Crack, Faraday Road, West Benton, Benton, Cambridge Street Parkway, Airport West, and then James Street, and then maybe in 1.8 there will be an extension to our after James Street. Nearly there. Let's close the doors now. Let's get going. 45 speed limit. We'll get back in the cab as well because that's what we're going to try and do for this entire journey. We're just going to try and stay inside the cab.
Welcome on board this Waterline service to James Street. We will be calling at Eden Key, Faraday Road, West Benton.
The thing that's really killing my frames is render.
Airport West. And
But it's still,
James
you know,
Street.
under 50%.
The next station
We're getting like
is
23 a
Eden
second.
Key.
I don't know what it is though, that 23/S. I don't know what it means, but yeah. Or 24 render pixels or render frames a second or something like that. I don't know.
We will shortly be arriving.
So we're getting
at
24 frames a
Eden
second
Key.
at the moment, so
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
51 Waterline
it's
service
taking a
to
slight hit
James
being on
Street.
max graphics, but
Calling
you know,
it
it's still decent.
Faraday Road.
Like, this
West
is the sort of
Benton,
frames
Benton,
that I was getting
Cambridge Street Parkway,
when I hadn't have installed the new
Stepford
RAM on my
Airport West,
laptop yet.
and
This is the
James
sort of frames
Street.
I was getting.
This train has 3 coaches.
But as you can
This
see,
is Eden Key.
it's still not too
This
bad.
train is for James Street. The next station is Faraday Road.
If I'm going to be honest, I was probably expecting something about like 25 frames max. But to say that I was running 50 at the start... But as you can see now, the rendering and frames are, you know, like really here, you know, picking up now. Because of the amount of
Welcome on board
detail,
this
I guess,
Waterline
around
service
Waterline.
to James Street.
It'll be interesting
The
to see
next
what the
station is
express services are
Faraday
like. So if you want me to do this challenge again, even though it's not really a challenge, it's just giving you an idea on what SCR runs like on my system at max graphics. If you do want me to do this again, then I will probably do an express route. And seeing how it's like then. Like right now, like I'm going 89 miles an hour and I'm getting 20 frames a second, 21,
Faraday
24.
Road.
Yeah, it's still not
Please
too
mind
bad.
the
I need to
gap
start slowing
between
down
the
now though,
train
because
52
yeah,
Waterline
Paradise is
service
just
to
here.
James Street. Calling it West Benton.
Please stop in time.
Cambridge Street Parkway.
Bit of
Stepford
overshot,
Airport
but
West. And
yeah.
James
This
Street.
is
I was just trying to show you how,
This train
you
has
know,
3
how bad the
coaches.
frames were
This
gonna,
train
you
is
know, gonna
for
get.
James Street.
And it looked like we got to about 20
The
frames,
next
so that's
station
kind of what I was
is
expecting.
West Benton.
But I was kind of expecting that, you know, all the time. But like right now, when we're just stationary, it's at 30 frames, which is in the green zone apparently. I thought the green zone for gamers would normally probably be about 40, but I know not everyone can get, you know, 40 frames or whatnot.
Welcome on board this waterline service to James Street. The next station is West Benton.
It's gonna get to
We will shortly be
65.
arriving at West Benton.
West Benton right now.
Please mind the gap.
Still getting, you
between
know,
the
we're still
train
getting about
and the
29
platform.
frames by going 60.
53.
We're going
Waterline
60.
service to James Street.
Oh,
Calling it.
West Benton really catches me out when driving. I don't know what it is. I just keep missing it. For example, am I going to skip the station?
James Street.
Yeah,
This train has 3 coaches.
skipped it. West Benton just like jumps out at you, and you know you're traveling 65 around that corner, and then by the time you actually start slowing down and everything, you just miss
The
it.
next station is Benton.
Let's try and not do the same for Benton, Cambridge, and Airport West and James Street. Well, especially not at James Street, because then, you know, we'd eat the buffers. But especially let's try and not do it at Benton, Cambridge Street Parkway, and Airport West. Let's try and keep those the same,
54.
if
Waterline
possible.
service to James Street. Calling it Cambridge Street Parkway. Stepford Airport West.
I'm just hearing the enunciator, I'm just like
James
thinking,
Street.
well, hopefully.
This train has 3 coaches.
There's not a guarantee.
Platform 4 for the 0843 Stepford Connect service to Edgemead. Calling it Hampton Hargate.
Let's start slowing down for the 3 to 5 car marker.
Leighton City and Edgemead.
There we go.
This train has 4
So Benton is
This
quite
is
detailed, and I'm getting about
Benton.
25 frames a
This
second, so
train
that's
is
kind of what I was
for James
expecting.
Street. The next station is Cambridge Street Parkway.
So if we get out of the camera a little bit and we just move slightly,
Platform 5.
like 23 frames a second, like we were getting 20 frames in an area that wasn't that detailed, and because Benton is quite detailed,
Benton Bridge.
then yeah, it's kind of taking you know, quite the hit of frames.
Water Newton. Rocket Parade.
But yeah, it's still decent.
Leighton Stepford Road. This train has 5 coaches. Your attention.
Welcome on board this waterline service to James Street. We will be calling at Cambridge Street Parkway, Airport West, and James Street.
Again,
The
hopefully.
next station is Cambridge Street Parkway.
Is it weird that only now I've seen that at the end of Cambridge Street it's just 3 dots? I never noticed that.
We will
I
shortly
mean, I
be
don't normally
arriving
drive
at
Waterline, which
Cambridge
is
Street
probably why,
Parkway.
but
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
it's almost like
Waterline service to
Augusttown Dock
James
slightly,
Street.
just without the wooden fencing
Calling it Stepford
and without
Airport
the
West.
bridge. Well, actually,
and
now thinking about it, it
James
looks nothing
Street.
like Morgantown Docks, does
This
it?
train has 3 coaches.
The platform layout is what I meant. The platform layout looks similar. Looks similar to Morgantown Docks.
This is Cambridge Street Parkway. This train is for James Street. The next station is Airport West.
So yeah, nearly finished this route. Close the doors and get on with it. I'm finding myself double pressing a little bit. It's not registering the first time.
Welcome on board this waterline service to James Street.
Right, now that we're
The
out
next
the
station is
you know,
Airport
busy area,
West.
I guess. We're now picking up frames. We're getting about 45 now, so that's good. I'm guessing it's really the render that slows down the frames, I guess, then. And because, you know, when you get into, you know, a populated area and stuff, like, you do need to start rendering in a few things at once, like different trains, people, and stuff like that. And I do see why that takes a massive hit on your frames, so I guess if you have a slow computer, the best thing is to probably go on to you know, not populated servers and try and keep away from, you know, detailed scenery and stuff like that. And then you might be able to play SCR quite good.
We will shortly be arriving at Airport West.
So don't think,
Please
you know,
mind
like,
the gap between
oh
the
yeah, I have,
James
oh god,
Street.
Airport West is here.
Calling at James Street only. This train has 3
We are
coaches.
probably going to skip this. Okay, we managed to stop in time. But yeah, as I was saying,
This is
don't think because
Airport
you've now,
West.
you know, got a, you know, a pretty
This
decent
train is
laptop
for
that, you know,
James Street.
oh yeah, let's go onto a popular
The
server, let's
next
get
station
60 frames
is James
and everything like that. It may still lag. Like, I've got a pretty good laptop, like, you know, well, now, as it stands, and even I'm, you know, like, not getting 60 all the time. Like, you saw, like, there were some points where I was dropping, you know, to 60, but certainly with a bit of tweaking with the settings and stuff, you can get 60. And this is also going to remind me to reset some of my settings as well.
Welcome on board this waterline service to James Street. The next station is James Street.
So we're just coming
We
into
will
James
shortly
Street
be
right now, so
arriving
let's start
at
slowing it
James
down so I
Street.
don't eat the buffers, because
Please mind the
if
gap
you didn't see when I tried to
between
do an
the
all the
train and the
stations
platform.
challenge, I kept hitting
This
the
train
buffers at James
terminates
Street.
here. All change, please.
And it was quite frustrating at times, because like, it was going to be the end to waterline stations, and I just missed it. And yeah, obviously, as I said, hopefully in 1.8 there's going to be an extension here. I mean,
This is
if we're on max
James
graphics,
Street.
you can just see
This train terminates
the new
here.
line there, but
All
obviously we'll
change,
have to wait
please.
until 1.8 before we
Thank
actually
you for
know what
travelling
that's
with
going
us
to be
today.
like. Because at the moment there's no confirmed, well, from what I've seen on the Discord and stuff, there's no confirmed station or anything of what the new extension is going to be. But there you go. That is the route. It took us about 11 minutes to do, which is okay. And as you can see, we were on actually some pretty decent now that I'm on, you know, now that I was on the menu, it was like dropping down to like 15. But yeah, that is going to do it for this video, guys. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you did and like it, then leave a like in it. Then I'm gonna redo that outro because that was terrible. So if you did like this, video, then make sure to leave a like in it. That'd be awesome, and thank you very much. Also, make sure to subscribe as well if you are new for more daily content. It's free, and you can also change your mind later. So why not subscribe? But apart from that, I'm going to go now. So again, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video or stream. Until then, take care and peace out.
We're gonna